to sabotage yourself and for you to sabotage your success without even knowing it. That was me. All of last year, all of 2019 was me constantly sabotaging myself. You know, I would go all into creating a new business, and then a few weeks into spending a lot of resources into building up my website and designing everything, I will convince myself that I will fail, and I give up before I even try. And that storyline is very common for a lot of people that I've come across in the last few months, that they will have an idea in their head of a business and they really want it to work, and then they start it and they're so terrified. Then all these thoughts come up in their head and boom, there you have it, they have sabotaged themselves. So in today's video, I want to talk about the most common business sabotages that you can be doing to yourself without even knowing it. And honestly, I've been guilty of a lot of these, and you really need to sit in that moment and realize, holy shit, you're right. That is actually stopping me from my dreams. So here I am on the other side of that, being able to look back and reflect on the mistakes that I've made in the past few years when it comes to creating a business. So I'm gonna jump into it. Number one of the biggest sabotagers is being impatient. When you want success so badly that you want it tomorrow or you wanted it yesterday. And that's me. I work at lightning speed. I think that I can fast forward time and build a business faster than everyone else. There's a little bit of truth in that, but the reality is you can change a lot in life, but the one thing that you cannot change or bend is time. And a lot of the most successful business owners out there, they are successful because of time. They have been in that industry for so long, they have been working towards their dreams for so long that the success is inevitable because time has caught up to them. I look back at my journey as a product designer and as a designer. When I started 10 years ago, compared to where I am now, is a whole different ballgame. I've learned so much over the years, and there was no amount of shortcuts that I could have taken when I first started as a product designer that would have gotten me to where I am today. The only reason I operate as fast as I do, and the only reason I can do things as fast as I do, is because it's become a trained habit and a pattern inside me. Like my brain is absolutely wired to think a certain way because it's been doing it every single day for 10 years. And that is just something that you can't really shortcut. You can spend 20 hours a day working on something, sure, but you'll burn out. And there's only a certain number of things that you can get good at or build by gaining experience and being in an industry for a long time. I've been very guilty of thinking that I can build a business in like 6 months. I'm gonna scale a business to $1 million in 6 months, but like, who are you? Like that never happens. Like that is a very, very rare story to ever hear. So when you set these really unrealistic expectations for how fast you're gonna do something, and you're being very impatient, that is really setting yourself up for failure. You're sabotaging yourself because you have all these expectations of where you want to be, and you will always fall short because you just cannot shortcut time like that. So one of the biggest learning lessons that I've learned along the way is you cannot be impatient when it comes to your business. With my YouTube channel, I'm putting out videos every single day. Why am I not growing? Because it just doesn't work that way. Think about this. If you were gonna release 100 videos in one day versus 100 videos in 6 months, which one do you think is gonna be more effective? I guarantee you the latter is going to. And the reason that this will happen is because you've increased your exposure time, you've positioned yourself as an expert because you've been doing something for a longer time, and all of those factors come together to help you. Rather, if I was to bombard the market with a message on one day, the only people that will see it are the people that were online on that day. And it'll be like, why is she putting out so much on one day? It's like spammy. So it doesn't really work that way when you're trying to be impatient with your business. You really need to learn how to operate and take the time to learn Take the time to make mistakes, because if you want a shortcut straight to success, like you won't know how to handle it. You won't know how to handle it because you haven't been hit with enough curveballs that when you do get the curveball, like shit will hit the fan because you've never dealt with it in the past. What's the saying? The saying is strong winds will make a sailor stronger. Oh, calm waters doesn't make a sailor stronger like strong winds do. I don't know what the saying is, but essentially like you don't learn and you don't grow if you aren't challenged and making mistakes and like fucking up along the way. And being impatient and just hoping that things will be perfect as soon as it starts is extremely unrealistic. This is a really good journaling exercise. Like think back to every time in your life that you've failed at something and how long it took you to get good at it and how long it took you to master something, right? Like you cannot be impatient with everything in life. It's like saying you want to pop out a baby in a month instead of 9 months. You know it takes 9 months for a baby to come out. Like being impatient and trying to fast forward that doesn't do that baby any good. And that's the same way that you should look at business or at mastering a craft or at anything like that, is just how important being patient really is. I've been there. I'm sitting in that right now every single day. I just want my business to move faster and faster and faster. And then I work overtime and I hustle so hard that I burn out. And then I get upset that I don't get the results that I want. But the reality is over time, people notice, people will start to pick up on what you're talking about. And then one day, boom, it just like snowballs. Everything just keeps coming on, and then your business is built. Because that's what's happening to me. I've been taking my time to focus on sending up my message, sharing content with people. Every single day, I get a new person who's asking me for help, asking me for advice, because I'm in it. I'm in it to nurture. I'm in it in the slow run to really build my business the right way so that I form relationships and that people genuinely connect with me rather than just throwing shit out there and then asking. So that is one of the biggest ways to avoid a sabotage, is being patient. Nothing good comes out of being impatient. That is not a good characteristic to have. I mean, yes, you can. Like for me, I think my impatience is also very good because it makes me work very fast. But if you look deeper into it, the impatience also comes along with a lot of like dark storylines in my head that will sabotage. And I don't want any of that to happen to you guys, because being impatient will only set you back. Being impatient comes with a whole list of other limiting beliefs and mental blocks that will hold you back. Because when you're impatient and you don't get the results you want, you start to blame yourself for it, and you start to think that you're not good enough, you're not doing it right, why is this not working? And you internalize this and you take it out on yourself. When in reality, it has nothing to do with you. It is just the fact that you have to play out time, and over time, your business will grow. So that is a life lesson that I want to share with you guys today, is really just how important it is to be patient. So that's it for today's video, guys. Don't forget to click that like button and share this video with anybody else that might need help. Until tomorrow, guys, I will see you later.
I love you like la la.